Every part of this from top to finish was jam-packed, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Borat, I rewatched it recently before I even found out that Amazon had a new one coming out. This was better than the first one. I don't know how they took something as good as Borat and make it even better. Even though he's a well-known character at this stage, he was still able to infiltrate American circles because, like, obviously some of it's scripted and some of it's like very similar to reality TV, right? This was really fun. Just like watching this together as a watch party was really fun. I don't know. I have so many thoughts, dude. I now understand why Seth Rogen kept saying, like, it was so good. I watched this 6 times over. There wasn't any like sleeper moments. There wasn't any moments where you were like, come on, move the story along. Like, every single moment was filled to the freaking brim with good jokes that absolutely hit, which is wild. Now, of course, I'm contractually obligated not to speak ill of the movie. No, I'm just kidding. No, man, I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut if I didn't like it. But no, it was really, really good. Holy crap. And I'm saying that as someone who originally thought it wasn't going to be that good. Remember when I talked about it earlier, like a couple weeks back, when I was like, I don't know, I feel like Borat is so good that the sequel might not be as good, and it was actually good. Like, that is the real remarkable part of all this, is not being able to film this during COVID. Actually, that is pretty insane. I don't know how he pulled that off. But also the fact that he took a sequel and made sure that it was still good. I hope Sacha Baron Cohen never stops making movies. Remember, we watched the roundtable that he did with Vanity Fair, I think. He briefly alludes to not being able to shoot too many of those things anymore because people recognize him too much. It kind of ruins the whole like real reaction nature of his style and his comment. I think that's part of the reason why he says he doesn't like doing it as much. But this was incredible. I don't know how he snuck it in. Overall, it is a tremendous undertaking that Sacha Baron Cohen is able to go into these circles and in a lot of circumstances get people to say what they really mean or the outrageous things that they believe and just like openly mention it, openly showcase it. It's wild. And I love that. And you know I love that. Obviously I love that because I've literally done it myself, or I try to do it in not as good as in obviously nowhere near as good, but I mean the latest like Twitch IRL stream that I did was precisely this, which was I went to a Save the Children rally outside of Netflix, and I filmed a bunch of these people that were there to like defend America from pedophiles. When you talk to people in the language that they appreciate and you can get them to unwind, or you can get them to trust you, they reveal their point of view to you. And I think that's where you see a lot of real humor. Because reality is a lot funnier and a lot more absurd than anything you can create, like anything that you can come up with on your own. So let's watch the bonus scene that Borat posted on his Twitter. Sorry.
OAN is most rigorous news source in America.
OAN.
Yes, sir. Major left-wing news media are consistently siding with Latin gangs and cartels.
We found multiple crimes in Ukraine the Bidens have committed.
Do you consider the term Chinese food racist?
I know this because they take my daughter into the White House. No need for security checks or COVID test. They boring.
You take care of yourselves. Thank you very much.
This is insane.
I'm a little bit...
Bro, this is the thing that I love about Sacha Baron Cohen. He did this with Who is America as well. He is able to, look, if you don't have a great understanding of how these political circles work and how like lobbyists can like pretty much get into any circle they want, all the way up to these people in the highest positions of power. Like, this is a national security issue. And this is not just like a Republican problem. This is a Democrat problem as well. Like, utilizing like pre-existing networks for lobbying and lobbyists is so wild for content. You could just like get into these rooms by working with like think tanks or working with like OAN, TPUSA, and you can have a moment where you can be face to face with Donald Trump Jr. or even the president in certain circumstances. Maybe not the president, but like Maria Butina did this obviously by way of the NRA. she was able to pretty much infiltrate like one of the most important meals in Washington, where she went to, what was that Christian dinner? Oh, the National Prayer Breakfast. Yeah, like Maria Butina, by way of the NRA, and she was a Russian spy, by way of she was able to infiltrate these circles and like meet up with a bunch of high-powered congresspersons. Like, it's crazy. And I'm glad that there's someone out there who, one, is making good use of that for once. Instead of writing horrible legislation, instead they're using that for comedy and commentary. You know how important satire is to me, so this is why I love Sacha Baron Cohen, and this is why I love the movie. It was really good.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm really excited to meet you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good to meet you.
Why is all of the fake journalists for the left and none on the right?
Please make watching Borat's subsequent movie films for more penetrations of Trump regime.
That's incredible.
Everyone is talking specifically about a scene, that scene, as it's been referenced in your movie involving Rudy Giuliani, and Giuliani himself has been talking about it as well. We can't show the clip. It's not morning TV friendly, but basically the president's personal attorney.
That's America's sweetheart, Rudy Giuliani. I don't understand. That's liberal media, brother. Hey, you see that liberal media? They don't even want to show a red-blooded American. They don't want to show a red-blooded American just tucking in his pants. That's all he was doing. He wasn't doing anything else. He was just tucking.
But I want to say what Giuliani tweeted. He said the Borat video is a complete fabrication. I was tucking in my shirt after taking off the recording equipment. At no time was I ever inappropriate. If Sacha Baron Cohen implies otherwise, he is a stone-cold liar.
Just
Sacha,
the tuck.
how do you respond to Giuliani's tweet? And feel free, Maria, to chime in afterwards.
Well, I would say that if the president's lawyer found what he did there appropriate behavior, then heaven knows what he's done with other female journalists in hotel rooms. I was actually, I was quite concerned for her during the scene. I was we'd built a hideaway that I was hiding in during the entire scene. You know, it's my responsibility as a producer as well to ensure that the lead actor is looked after.
Well, Maria, did you feel
yes.
unsafe?
Dude, honestly, that's probably why he intercepted. He normally would not have cucked his own content. You know what I mean? Because, like, normally he would not cuck his own content because, like, he could have gotten Rudy to do some even worse stuff. And that's why he had to go in. Like, that's precisely why he was, he went in, because he was like, dude, this is, like, actually going to a place where it's literally, like, this is, like, some illegal shit's about to go down.
She's a one-of-a-kind. You know, imagine coming to America for the first time. She'd barely been out of Bulgaria. And suddenly she's playing a role with real people in some terrifying situations. And she got through it all. I don't know how, but she is a revelation.
Well,
Now you're making me cry.
No,
we'll
she's,
end on that beautiful note. We'll end on that beautiful note.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Okay, dude. God damn, Sacha Baron Cohen. How the fuck do you do this? Like, remember when I said last week where I was like, it's always difficult to have such a strong character like Sacha Baron Cohen's characters and then add an additional character that's not just going to be a side character, but instead like a legitimate second in command that's going to be all over. That's a huge risk that you're taking, usually. And he nailed it, dude. He nailed it. Like, she's awesome. She was really good.
The other thing that's coming out tomorrow is a tape where apparently Rudy Giuliani tries to fuck a 15-year-old. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, to be fair, like, I don't think Rudy Giuliani knew that she was 15. Like, I'm not running defense for him at all. He definitely tried to have sex with the interviewer, but I don't think that he thought that, like, she was actually 15. And also, she's not 15 anyway in real life. And also, like, what circumstance would you ever think that you're being interviewed by a 15-year-old for television?
Oh, that's him with his hand down his pants. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Looking for Hunter Biden's laptop in there somewhere.
I guess he was saying he was tucking in his shirt. But...
Actually, good job.
Why would he do that? Lying on the bed. If she is in her 20s and she's beautiful, the problem is he's gross and he's old. And a beautiful girl, if she was, and we would have to see the footage, but if she was being flirtatious, like, he's helpless.
Yeah.
He's under a spell.
Nice.
Like an old fucked up looking dude like that.
This is a classic Joe Rogan take. If you've been watching him for years as I have, he has said this so many times about like how it's even in his stand-up. He's like, guys, like, you know, we have this thing. It's called testosterone. It's like a drug. It's like a spell. You just like literally can't control yourself. Always he's the OG grug apologist, dude. He said he thought she was a young and experienced journalist in her 20s. Yeah, here's what he thought. I'm going to tell you exactly what he thought. He thought, oh shit, this is like a young journalist who I'm going to get the fuck here. And then, you know, and you know, I'll give her like a couple scoops or whatever in exchange for sex. That's what he thought was going on. It's gross as fuck. There is still certainly like a little bit of coercion even on his end. But you don't need to like expand on that and be like, no, he actually thought that she was 15 or whatever. Like, no, you're being ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's about him abusing his position of power. Yes, he was not being pedophilic and was actually tugging in his shirt, but that's not mutually exclusive being creeping and doing more than tugging in his shirt. Oh, no, I don't think he was being a pedophile, but I do think he was definitely trying to do the sekissu. And I do think that it was more than just a shirt tuck. And the reason why we can't see if it's whether it's a more than just a shirt tuck or whatever, is because it's literally illegal, and Sacha Baron Cohen would be actually putting a 24-year-old actress from Bulgaria in a really, really bad situation that is unethical too. Oh yeah, his physical reaction to Borat coming in is absolutely that he wasn't just tucking in his shirt. Oh, for sure.